this video, you'll see how the actors of the TV series The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air 1990-1997 now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Sometimes behave unreasonably, but he has compassion and will always stand up for his relatives or come to their aid. He has a rather loving nature, wears an earring in his left ear. The role is performed by Will Smith. 4 children. He can often behave arrogantly, is prone to flattery, but at the same time is able to show care and act reasonably. Played by Alfonso Ribeiro. Nicky Banks is the youngest member of the Banks family. He is distinguished by courage, is not prone to betrayal and can behave quite independently, despite his young age. Sometimes it can show itself from an unpleasant side. Likes to joke. Played by Ross Badgley. Jackie Ames is a good friend of Will Smith, with whom she has been friends since childhood. She's a pretty smart and adventurous girl who achieves a lot on her own and is used to counting on herself. Jackie likes to wear hats and caps. Played by Tyra Banks. Aunt Helen, Jennifer Lewis, is closely related to Vivian and is also Bobby's birth mother. She prefers to do household chores and occasionally likes to visit her sister's house, where she doesn't miss a chance to tease Philip. Wears a bracelet on her left hand. Trevor was a colleague of Hilary Banks, with whom he later became romantically involved. He could in some moments be scrupulous and had a rather ambitious nature. Trevor also knows how to behave in the fray. The role is performed by Brian Stokes Mitchell. Judge Carl Robertson was an extremely unpleasant man who mainly cared only about his own interests and, in these moments, could screw other people over. He was rather greedy and unfair. Played by Sherman Hemsley, who passed away in 2012 from lung cancer. Fred Wilkes became the second husband for Viola V.Y. Smith. He has a strong nature and was able to independently cope with the upbringing of his daughter, although at times he could show excessive anxiety. Fred has no hair on his head. He was played by John Amos. Kathleen, Tisha Campbell, has been in a romantic relationship with Will Smith for some time. She's a pretty smiley girl who can always fully open up about herself in a relationship with a guy. She likes to wear jeans and caps, which she usually wears wiser back. Academy and is also in the same group as Will Smith, with whom he maintains a normal relationship. He doesn't have a rebellious character and tries not to argue with teachers too much. Walks with styled hair. Kim Fields was briefly romantically involved with Will Smith. She's a rather pleasant girl with a good appearance who often likes to wear jewelry, harmoniously complementing her look. She has short and somewhat curly hair. The role is performed by Kim Fields. Philip Banks is the father of 4 children and is also married to Vivian. He has a law degree and was somewhat ashamed of growing up on a farm. Has a bit of extra weight. Played by James Avery, who died of complications from heart surgery in 2013. Liza Wilkes is Fred's own daughter and also has a love relationship with Will Smith, which almost turned into marriage. She is able to show diligence and can positively influence people. Liza is capable of some crazy things. The role is performed by Nia Long. Jeffrey Butler, Joseph Marcel, works for the Banks family as a butler and takes pride in his work. He's able to change his behavior to suit the individual, but can often be prickly and inventive. He has good manners and always maintains a respectful attitude. Hetty Banks is closely related to Philip. She's practical, benevolent, and of a quiet disposition. She doesn't like quarrels and tries to help settle conflicts. Prefers to wear neat earrings. Played by Virginia Capers, who died of pneumonia in 2004. Vivian Banks is Philip's sweetheart in a marriage with whom she gave birth to 4 children. She's an educated woman who cares about her career, but also cares about her family, often doesn't give concessions, even to her relatives, played by Janet Hubert. With Will, and has also had romantic feelings for Ashley. He can play the drums well and occasionally performs at a club, wears a small mustache and beard, and can often be seen wearing sunglasses. He is related to Janet. Viola V.Y. Smith, Bernie Watson, is related to Will and is one of Janet's sisters. She is a rather straightforward woman who can sometimes show rudeness and disapproval of the sisters' actions. Always tries to control everything and rarely makes concessions. Professor Jeremy Mansfield lectures at Bel-Air College and was one of Will Smith's teachers. He is well versed in philosophy, likes to reflect and lead discussions with students, likes to smile and has a certain authority among students. He was played by Jim Maskiman. Vanessa Jory Johnson knows how to choose clothes for herself and what colors best emphasize her appearance. She doesn't dance very well, but she doesn't complex about it. She wears a shoulder-length hair, has pierced ears. Kellogg Lieberbaum, Michael Weiner, is listed as a student at Bel-Air Academy, which Will also attend and with whom gets along well. He is characterized by good nature, friendliness, and will always help a friend, has a humble nature, and is able to trust a person. Janice is the wife of Frank Schaeffer and is also a close relative of Will Smith. She's a romantic person by nature, sometimes can do nasty things, and she isn't afraid of possible difficulties. Janice loves to wear long earrings, played by Charlene Woodard. Veronica is a student at Bel-Air Academy, where Will also studied and in whom showed interest. She is quite a sweet girl and could act flirty at the moments. Often walks with textbooks and notebooks, prefers to wear loose hair. She was played by Darcel Bouet. Will Smith, with whom she had much in common. She has a pleasant appearance, even though she is overweight, and is also good at jokes. Dee Dee is always upset when people close to her don't stand up for her. Eugene is a rather polite and reserved man who is outwardly accustomed to maintaining complete equanimity without showing any emotion. He is distinguished by his tall stature and trim physique, usually wears a light-colored raincoat. He was played by Tim Russ. Jay Leno often appears on television and hosts his own programs. He doesn't like it when they try to slander him, especially in public, and usually resolves these issues in court. But he can also show understanding and is capable of forgiveness, played by Jay Leno. Gordy Berry holds the position of recording director and has also worked with Ashley for some time. He prefers to work with experienced people who know how to perform their duties and do it well. He can be a little stale at times, played by Oba Babatund. Eric Sanders is involved in legal activities and often attends meetings. Sometimes he can be somewhat inattentive, because of which he can even get injured. Wears a small stud earring in his left ear, as well as a signet ring, played by Malcolm Jamal Warner. Raising their common son, Frank Jr. He's a friendly guy who treats his white relatives well. Frank loves to give gifts and also has a good sense of humor. He was played by Dietrich Bader. Vivian Banks is persistent, determined, and tries to successfully balance work and home. She is used to saying what she thinks and doesn't tolerate being lied to, especially by her children. Sometimes paints her lips with bright lipstick, played by Daphne Reid. Ashley Banks is Philip's second daughter. She knows how to play tennis perfectly and also has good vocal abilities that she inherited from her mother. She was on good terms with Will, who serves as her almost role model. Girls, performed by Tatiana Ali. Hilary Banks is the older sister of Ashley, Nikki, and Carlton. She's a rather narcissistic girl who loves shopping, and money is of considerable value to her. Hilary, able to commit rash acts and think superficially, likes to wear earrings, played by Karen Parsons. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share it on social networks, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel.